Sometimes people are so beat to just be in a relationship that they're not real. And eventually, it's going to hit the fan, and it's not going to work out, because you can't be fake forever. Eventually the real you is going to come out. So just be that upfront, so you know if that person can give you what you want. Why waste your time, and why waste that other person's time? In reality, what you want should be put on the table right away. And not waste each other's time, because time is of the essence. We don't have that. It's not guaranteed. So I'm not going to be with somebody, let's say I want to get married. That's me. If I meet a guy and he tells me straight up, I don't want to get married, I don't want kids, next, nothing wrong with him, but he's just not for me. But if I didn't ask him that from the get, I would waste months, weeks, years on somebody who eventually won't ask me to marry him. And I'll be like, what was I doing this whole time? Well, you guys should have communicated that from the get. That's something really serious. So that's my answer.
Like men and women would say, I want this type of male as a companion. I want this type of woman as a companion. But in reality, they go for like something opposite. Like it don't match. Like what they want and what they go for, it doesn't match. Like that's what I say it's more of a fantasy.
Also, there's this whole take me as I am thing. And I know people in relationships, there's no such thing as take me as I am. Like everybody, you have to change at least the slightest bit to mesh with that other partner that you got.
There is a difference between men and when women have sex. And I feel like that's based on a lot of factors. And one of them being is the perspective of how women are raised to view sex and how men are raised to view sex. So I feel like that's why women catch feelings, because it's like, well, I was raised that if I have sex with you, then, oh, you must love me, or you chose me, like, or versus a man, when it's like you have sex, it's like, yeah, we have sex. It's just sex. So
do you think most men have any kind of talks about sex? Like what kind of talks about sex do you think men have?
I think there's various conversations that happen around sex with men. I feel like, but I don't know if most of those are about an actual connection besides just the sex. And the reason I say that is because from my perspective, I can only speak from my perspective, with I hang out with a lot of boys. Of course, they're probably not going to say certain things around me, but from conversations I've heard, a lot of, if you've been around a group of men and they are having a conversation about sex, most of the time it's like prizes, like, oh yeah, I had sex with her and look at her, she's da-da-da-da, or I had this many partners, oh, good job. It's so that's why I feel like there's a difference between connection as far as when women have sex and why men have sex. But there might be a biological reason too, but I know that is the way you grow up, that a woman is taught and a man is taught to view or feel about sex. Yeah. And I feel like that has to do with that's never mind. But yeah.
Stan, you want to say something?
Yeah, there actually was. You said that there might be a biological reason. It actually is. I believe the hormone is called oxytocin. So it's like biologically, like when men and women have sex, both of them excrete like oxytocin, which is like the hormone that brings emotion and kind of gets you attached to the other person. They both release it, but women release a lot more of it than men do. That's why women get a lot more emotional when it comes to sex than men do. I believe the word is oxytocin. I may have butchered it completely, but there is a hormone that is like the emotional hormone, the one that makes you attached to whoever's giving you this feeling. So there is a biological reason for it.
Is judgment needed when it comes to dating? All right, let's see. Denisha and Tavares, let's start off with you guys.
I'm gonna say yes. I feel like everybody judges everybody. Don't lie, and nobody can sit here and act like don't judge anything or anybody. And I feel like there's different types of judgment. Like some people judge people just to be rude, honestly, just to say something. But some people judge them and be like, I see why this is happening, but I feel like you could do better. Or there's different types of judgment. Yeah. So, and especially if you're seeking a relationship and dating, you have to judge people, like their habits, their goals. Like you honestly, everybody's judging people's movements. I don't see how you couldn't, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think judgment is critical when you're looking for somebody. When it comes to dating, I do think you have to. I think you honestly have to be open to like judge them. Like you cannot hold. I know you can't hold things against people, but you have to take that in to really know a person. To me, like pay attention to like how they do certain things, how they move. Like if they say, for example, how can I put this? I'm trying to say like if they say like they're a hard worker, but you see them at home all the time. It's like
you pay attention to their habits.
Your ethic don't match your action. Yeah, like that's a example of judgment. So stuff like that, I do look into. Like when me and her first started, that's what I looked into.
Yeah,
judgment. No, so you judged her when you guys first started.
Yeah,
I judged.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That is fair. LJ.
Yeah, good. I kind of wanted to say something. This is why I was kind of hoping your questions were in order. Because I thought that this was the easy one that everyone kind of like understood was obvious. Because I'm pretty sure everyone here is going to just answer, hell yeah, you need to judge in dating. It is what it is. You know, you can't not judge people just because you feel bad about it. Like you need to know their goals, what they want, what they do in their free time. You know, you gotta, because it all matters when you're picking someone out for life, of course. So I think everyone's gonna, pretty much solemnly agree that judgment is not only like necessary, but like it's just part of life.
Stand by. You guys agree? Oh,
I have a question actually. What exactly do you mean by judging? Like, do you mean as in like, I'm trying to see how you are, or is it like the shaming type of judging? Is that question going towards shaming? Like, is shaming necessary? Is that what you were asking?
Yes, shaming as well.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You got to like specify. He's right. You do got to clarify because there's another question where you're gonna have to clarify too.
Okay.
That was the juiciness of the question. Like when you said judgment, you really mean shaming. You don't mean judgment. You mean shaming, correct?
Well, I mean.
Give us an example.
Are they that far apart? I mean, listen.
Give us an example.
I was thinking, Stan, I'm right with you because I'm like, judging is something we're actually really supposed to practice not to do. We definitely do it, right? We all definitely judge people. Like I could like look at someone and be like, and that's for me, it's a part of growing and being self-aware of. I could easily like, it's so easy to look at someone and be like, she shouldn't be wearing that, right? But that's my opinion, me judging her. And that's where it comes into edit of like, I shouldn't judge them. So I don't know if I know what you guys are saying because there are definitely moments, because I'm so not perfect. There are definitely moments I'll see something that he may do and I'm like, ooh, I'm not with that. But that word judge is so negative that it's like, I don't know if judging is really.
That's why I wanted that word.
I want to judge him, but I try not to judge him, but I definitely have an opinion about it.
A strong opinion.
If I don't know if like that's making sense, but I'll definitely have opinion about like something someone does or something he does because I'm in a relationship and be like, oh no, like that wasn't good or whatever. And maybe that is the word judging. I just hate that word judging. So I am right there because I'm like, I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. Like, what we mean by judging.
High expectations. Can we change it to like? Can we change it to expectation?
No, like I don't want the nicer word. I want the hurtful word.
The thing is, I think judgment's the right word. I just don't think people like to hear it. But it is a judgment, and that's the point.
It is.
Like you just can't assume that all judgment is bad because there is good judgment. You know, that's. You disagree?
The definition. I literally just looked up the definition because I feel like sometimes we don't understand the exact definition of judgment. But when you look it up, it says.
God, why innocent lives have to die? One thing I know, a flower will grow once you plant the seed inside your soul.
Now we could paint the perfect picture without belittling each other, cause under God's system we really one another's brother, and the system set up just to make one another struggle. Work it all, we gaining muscle. I done seen Flint, Michigan in the inner cities. They pissing in project buildings that got a roof that leaks, resulting in missing ceilings, hard to sleep. Children going to schools dealing issues deep. Teacher got the nerve to ask what's the feeling. He got up and started